A lot of times the silent treatment is indicative of an inability to deal with the person giving it. Of course, that means is unable to deal with something upsetting, something stressful. So back to those nervous system responses, the silent treatment is often a byproduct of once we go through that fight or flight option of reaction, when overwhelmed or when we know we can't overcome or flee, the stress is too big in this moment, a lot of us will enter a final stage, which is called shutdown, where we become so overwhelmed by what's happening that the safest thing for us to do is to completely shut down, to fall silent, to stop engaging with the upset, which often then, if it's another person who we imagine caused our upset, that then looks like giving them the silent treatment. And I'm sharing again the physiology behind it. And also at the same time, acknowledging, even going back to this more expanded definition of trauma that we touched on earlier, being on the receiving end of the silent treatment at any age, though especially in childhood, being abandoned essentially when something is of upset in our environment, especially if we're given the silent treatment in response or reaction to something we've done, said, expressed, whatever it is, can be very traumatic because that leaves us in a state of emotional overwhelm. We're now overwhelmed not only by the abandonment that this caregiver we needed, so using myself with my mom, when she would give me the silent treatment, when something upset her that I did or didn't do, she would give me the silent treatment, sometimes for weeks at a time. So now I'm left not only without this primary caregiver that I need, I'm left making sense of her removal, her silence. And in childhood, we don't have the maturity to say, oh, well, mom just can't deal with her own upset right now. So she's shut down and had to take some time and space away from me. The only way our emotionally immature mind will make sense of it in those early developmental years is I'm the problem. I'm not worthy of mom. There's this something that's terrible and inherently wrong with me, the thing I did, that I need to stop doing. So the silent treatment, again, can feel very shaming. And I'm the first to say there are moments where in my adult life, when overwhelmed with upset, I find myself retreating, giving the silent treatment, not wanting to speak to the person who upset me. Because in that moment of overwhelm, I was incapacitated by whatever I was feeling. But understanding again that it is traumatic, it's shaming of the person that we're giving it to, or we feel shamed. Hopefully that then allows us to develop a new relationship with those upsetting emotions so that we don't have to do that to others, and also give us time and space to be with how we feel if we've been on the receiving end of that.